Art isn't just a pretty picture. If you look in the dictionary, it typically says, the expression or application of human creative skills and imagination, typically in a visual form such as drawing or painting. But in truth, art is so much more. Art is a culture. It is a way of life. It is the expression of who you are and who you want to be. Art speaks to us and it guides us through experience. Art is expression. It is movement and passion. It is emotion, and is expressed through dance, music, and also drama. But right now, we're going to be looking at visual arts and its importance in society.
Well, I'm the director of the Art Gallery of Ontario. I've been director for 12 or 13 years. And my job is to provide the leadership so that the institution shows certain kinds of exhibitions, creates certain kind of services for people who want to use it. My job as the director, I'm sort of like the cheerleader for the whole institution, trying to get everybody to have energy and focus and to think about the future together. When I was growing up, my dad was a painter, so he was a professional artist. And so when I was growing up, going to an art gallery or doing that sort of thing wasn't particularly unusual or exotic. And what I wanted to do was to advocate for the importance of art. And as a director, or as I was before as a curator, you're basically creating the narratives and telling the stories that will get people excited about art. What's really interesting about being interested in art today is the various media that people use. So there are ways in which you can make images with technology that never existed before. We've been here for 100 years, more than 100 years, 110 years. There have been actually 7 different moments in our history where we've added and become larger. We're here in the David Milne Center, which we just opened last week at the Art Gallery. And it's created architecturally as a gathering space. So, you know, all these drawers open up and there are going to be seats along here so people can get together and actually share experiences.
Well, I think that making anything is somehow a kind of profound act of faith, a kind of optimistic gesture. As a kid, and I remember we'd go to the National Gallery, and one time we were there and my mother said, and that man over there, you know, that's the artist. And I was awestruck by the fact that there was a grown man who was an artist. That's a very, very acute memory for me. You know, the impact of daily life is part of what makes you who you are.
So why do you collect art?
It's a simple question, but it's a good question. I think at the end of the day, art brings me joy. And most of my art is abstract in nature. Yeah, most of my paintings, think about it, I'd say 95% are from local artists. So I think it is important to buy local artists. Having said that, I'm equally open to international artists. I think that local artists who make their name internationally have essentially a seal of approval from a broader art community. I think that's a healthy thing. Uno Hoffman, who brought his art to, I think it was the Museum of Modern Art in Portugal or Spain, I can't recall which. And so to have, he was a very young artist at the time, and so for him to have his art hanging in such a prestigious institution, that says a lot about the quality of his art. It's an intangible that is hard to describe. It's just a piece of art is it's an emotional connection. That particular piece just speaks to you for whatever reason. You could have your own personal reasons. You may not even realize it at the time, but it might come to you months later. Yeah, so that's what I'd say.